there's no further issues, then we start with the instruction for the session. So make ourselves sit comfortably, body upright, and the rest of the body relax. Okay, and we are going to start with the sensations of the body, mindfulness of the four elements, whatever sensation that you can detect in the body, and we are going to wish them well and happy. So the same three main ingredients. First ingredient is the evidence, the sensations you can detect. Doesn't matter if it's appearing top or bottom first, doesn't matter. Whatever appears most obvious, then we label, wish it well and happy, so that labeling is part of right thought. And there's one more thing called repetition. Repetition is part of right effort. So in Buddhism, there's this thing called appropriate attention. Appropriate attention. So appropriate attention means coming to this evidence, this mindfulness of the body. Once you do not pay attention back to the grounding, the foundation, the mind will easily drift away. And to steer the mind in the right direction, we need the right thoughts. Wish it well and happy, sensation appear, well and happy. Not just the four element sensations, then also there's feelings. There can be painful feeling, pleasant feeling. We also make peace with them, wish them well and happy, no fighting, no struggling. And then you can see how far the mind has settled down. And if you find that the rate of settling is like very negligible, then this would be your baseline level. So that's the baseline emotion. So we use this as a reference to differentiate the other states of mind, because it's different states of mind and different emotions. So in this current baseline level, no concentration, no insight, no nothing. So it's like use it for reference only. So we remember this emotion. Usually it's bland, nothing unique at this point. Okay, and now we are going to cultivate this boundless loving kindness, and we are going to wish, may all beings be well and happy in all directions, above, below, and all across all directions. In front, behind, left, right, all directions. No need to push or strain your mind. We let the mind extend naturally by itself. However far you wish to extend doesn't matter. All this is just perception only. There's no ruler or measuring tape to measure how far the mind goes. Whole idea is not to restrict the mind, create any form of tension. And using the non-discriminative approach, we are not going to visualize any being. We are going to treat all beings as the four elements. All beings are made of these elements and the aggregates. So whatever sensation that appear in this wider area of attention, we are going to wish all beings well and happy. A new sensation appear, may all beings be well and happy. New sensation appear, may all beings be well and happy. So it doesn't matter, it can be inside the body, outside the body, near or far. As long as you detect something, any kind of movement, any kind of, or basically wherever your attention lands, then we wish all beings well and happy. So whatever peace or calmness is always through the byproduct. We call this skillful method because we keep generating right thought. The unskillful method is do nothing and then go and sleep. So that one also can be very peaceful, but no effort required. So you want the kind that is awake with clarity. Every moment keep generating right thought. May all beings be well and happy. If the conditions are right, you have all the right effort, right thought, everything, it will trigger this right concentration, and usually this loving kindness may lead one to the first level of concentration, and it is usually indicated by the emotion of joy, happiness. The initial and sustained thinking is basically the background cluttering thought processes. So only when a person switches between the first and second level of concentration, then they will know the difference. Okay, and regardless of what you experience, keep on wishing all beings well and happy. All distractions, all symptoms in the meditation are just passing sceneries. Like we are going against the stream, any rocks, any plants, whatever scenery, you just know it's there, but continue rowing. Wish all beings well and happy. Do not at any point stop. Once you stop, then the stream will push you back to the starting point. So each level of concentration has, in a way, infinite depth. The Buddha mentioned it's infinite depth. A person can, let's say, enter the first level of concentration for 1 hour or 10 hours or 10 days. But it's still the first level. So there are different depths. But our focus here is not to spend too much time on this. So now we're going to switch to this insight. We add some wisdom, add some insight, and we are going to reflect on impermanence, cultivate a more unconditional loving kindness without strings attached. So we're going to observe arising and passing, all sensations, all sentient beings arise and pass away. Craving is basically greed, anger, delusion. So when we use impermanence, we slowly reduce greed and clinging, greed and attachment. And once you reduce craving enough, if there's real detachment taking place, then same phenomenon, this sudden surge of joy arises. We call this Dhamma joy, from letting go. And we treat it as byproduct. Do not cling on to it, just passing sceneries, keep on reflecting on impermanence. If that joy and happiness start to disappear, then this time the mind will experience usually this neutral and refreshing kind of experience. So we call that equanimity, normally associated with the fourth level of concentration. So it's a jump from 1 to 4, so they bypass 2 and 3. So we're going to just take note of this emotion as a sideline, byproduct. Emphasis is on impermanence. Impermanence is like rowing the boat. So keep rowing. Okay, and the next sublime state we are moving on is compassion. So for compassion, we are going to wish all beings free from suffering. So all beings, regardless of their statuses, healthy, sick, rich, poor, as long as they cling onto the aggregates, cling onto the sensations, to the forms, that will result in stress and suffering. So whenever we detect any sensation, these are actually subjects of suffering. So we are going to wish all beings free from suffering. If sensation appear, may all beings be free from suffering. If sensation appear, may all beings be free from suffering. So these clinging aggregates come in the form of the stray thoughts. Why is it so enticing to get stuck in the aggregates? Because they are like K-drama, like movies and dramas. Very entertaining. So the mind gets addicted, gets sucked into the stories. Once there's enough agitation, the mind complains only, then create a new story. Any nice sensation, the mind attached to it only, crave more for it, then more stories. So we're avoiding the extremes, keep treading the middle path, keep wishing all beings free from suffering. Okay, if all the conditions are right, then this compassion will lead to the second level of concentration, which is denoted by the emotion of joy and happiness. So it will appear clearer than the loving kindness one due to the lack of this thought cluttering process called the initial and sustained thinking. And regardless of what you experience, keep on wishing all beings free from suffering. Even concentrated states are made of these 5 aggregates. And if you cling to them, they are subject of clinging, you cling to them, they are also part of this suffering, creating stress and tension. And we're now going to add some insight, some wisdom, and we're going to reflect how to overcome this suffering, which is not cling on to these aggregates, So we're going to reflect on impermanence to shake off this clinging. So every sensation, we observe how they arise and pass away. And you also keep labeling impermanence, or you can use rising and passing, whatever label associated with impermanence, and we keep repeating. Okay, the joy and happiness from the detachment start to fade away, and one may experience this kind of sense of blankness or spaciousness, and we call this the perception of infinite space. And regardless of what you experience, keep on reflecting on impermanence. And do not hold on to any phenomenon. And we're going to switch to the third sublime state, which is appreciative joy. Now we're going to change. We're going to use gratitude. So gratitude is very similar to this appreciative joy or appreciation. So all beings, whatever they experience, come to experience is due to every moment sensation. So whatever moment of sensations we detect, then we can be grateful. New sensation appear, grateful. New sensation appear, grateful. Gratefulness comes in many forms. Grateful that we're still alive. Grateful that all beings have directly or indirectly contributed to this experience. And we don't have to overcomplicate and imagine new sensation appear, just be thankful. And if the conditions are right, if you're repeating this gratitude, one may experience the third level of concentration, denoted by the emotion of happiness. So this pleasant emotion is different from the first and second level, and just as happiness, no joy, maybe a bit of equanimity. And regardless of what you experience, keep on reflecting on gratitude. Okay, and we're adding some insight or reflection. And like all things, all the things that we come to associate will depart. So all the sensations, they arise and pass away. This gratitude with detachment, not you experience, then you want to keep it forever. So by nature, everything come and go, come and go, come and go. Okay, if that joy and happiness from the detachment start to disappear, instead of feeling a kind of blankness, at this time it's the opposite, it's a sense of fullness, as though the sense of self has merged with the entire surroundings or overlapped the entire space. So we call this the perception of infinite consciousness. Some other teachings that talk about all beings are interconnected, or the universal oneness, talks about the same thing. So whatever you experience, keep on reflecting on impermanence. And we are switching to the fourth sublime state, which is equanimity. And for equanimity, we normally use the reflection of karma. So all beings, we reap what we sow. And for this routine, there's no need to speculate or guess what we've done in the past. We just experience here and now, real time, any sensations that are pleasant, there's good karmas ripening. Any sensations that are unpleasant, that's due to bad karmas ripening. And any neutral sensation, neutral karmas ripening. So in short, every experience is conditioned by karma. New sensation appear, karma. New sensation appear, karma. Okay, and if the mind is more accepting of karma or at peace with karma, then one will experience this equanimity of the fourth level of concentration, similar to the one with loving kindness and impermanence combined. So you have this neutral and alert kind of sensation. And regardless of what you experience, keep on reflecting on karma. And we're going to add some insight, some wisdom, and we're going to reflect how to overcome these karmas. Good karma ripen, feel happy, bad karma ripen, feel sad. So it becomes a mood swing problem. So to get this mind unaffected, we have to always be mindful of the impermanence of feelings, or pleasant, unpleasant, neutral feelings. We observe how they arise and pass away. And if that joy and happiness from this detachment start to disappear, and one may experience a new kind of blankness, as though like things disappear, nothing there. So we call this the perception of nothingness. And regardless of what you experience, keep on reflecting on impermanence. As long as there's still something to be detached from, then that is still not the emptiness that Buddhism is trying to aim for. So nothingness is still part of perception. And if it's too blank, you can't investigate much, then you can observe the five aggregates, or contemplate on the five aggregates. The attention or your awareness is called consciousness aggregate, and the movement of this awareness and the movement of this attention is called the karmic formations, karma. Why does it choose to pay attention to the nice feeling? Why does it choose to pay attention to the unpleasant feeling? So that is karma's ripening, karmic formation or mental formation. That's the fourth aggregate. And perception is basically the recollection of memories or experiences. So that's called perception. And the second aggregate is called feeling, pleasant, unpleasant, neutral feeling. And the first aggregate is called the form aggregate, the four elements: the earth, fire, wind, water elements. So they come together as a package. Okay, so due to close to hitting 1 hour, we're going to have a short break for those who need a break, so we can be mindful of this impermanence in all our activities, standing, sitting, walking, lying down. And if you want to go for your break and go mindfully,